Hey everyone, so this is my first story time that I have for y'all, which is technically my Tinder date experience. So y'all get ready, get comf, get your little drinks. I've been trying to drink a lot of water lately. So y'all, if I stop and sip on my water, don't mind that. Just get your little snacks, get comf. So this is I'm technically going to talk about my second Tinder date experience because it was actually more things going on than my first one. So this was around the time of last year. I've been on Tinder, and at this point, like, I had a few matches, but never really went on a date with any. Just one, but whatever. And then I saw this guy, and he was like, but I was like, this guy's never gonna like swipe like freaking right on me. But I was like, whatever. I thought he was cute, so I swiped right. And instantly we got a match. And I was like, and it's like, it's a match. And I was like, oh my god. And I was kind of excited because I was like, oh my god, this guy is like out of my league type of thing. And I was like, okay, who would want to date? Or who would want to talk to a girl like me? Like, I'm an average girl. I actually messaged him first, if I believe. That's right. And I was like, hey, how are you? Blah, blah. And then he's like, hey, like, I'm doing great, blah, blah, blah. He's like, I'm actually at work right now, but he's like, would you be down to go on a date? And I was just kind of like, Okay, keep this in mind, you guys, that, like, I don't go on dates with guys without like actually talking to them for a while, because it's like, you know, I think we catfishes, or just like maybe we have nothing in common, so it's like I kind of don't want to waste my time and their time too. But like, he was really cute, and I was just like, fuck it, let's go. And then he's like, yeah, he's like, I'll pick you up tonight. It's like at this time. And I was like, oh, all right then, for sure. So I was out that day, and then I ended up coming home and I started getting ready, because it was around the time that he was gonna pick me up, because it was just like all of a sudden. I was kind of like hesitant, and he's like, oh, we should go out today. And I was kind of like, I don't know if I should or not, but I ended up going. And he texted me, he's like, hey, I'm putting gas in my car, I'll be there like in 25 minutes. And I was like, alright, that's enough time for me. So, you know, I was just doing my thing, and then I was just waiting for him. Obviously, I did not give him my address. I made him pick me up in the corner of where I live, and just, you know, for safety reasons. And, you know, I didn't see his car, so I just kept walking and walking, and then all of a sudden I see a fucking Dodge Charger like freaking there, and I was like, that can't be him. I just kept walking, and then he's like, oh, by the way, I'm in a white car. And I'm like, oh my god. Keep this in mind, you guys. I was wearing like a band tee. I was also wearing like a freaking gray cardigan with some black jeans and some high top Converse. And my hair was like this. Technically, my makeup looked like this too. And I was kind of like, oh my god, like, why didn't I look pretty today? Like, why didn't I get dressed? Like, I kind of went bummy because it was kind of like a last minute thing. And I didn't have a chance to get like really nice, and I had no idea what to fucking wear. And all of a sudden, you just see a guy waving, and I was just like, oh my god, like, this is so weird. And like, he gets off. Okay. At that moment, I like froze, because it was kind of like awkward, because like, I think he was like, I was going for the handshake, and he kind of went for the hug, and I was like, okay. We kind of just like shaked and hugged at the same time, which is really weird and really funny. And so I'm gonna name him Dave. So Dave, he opens the door for me, and I slid in, and I like closes it, and I was like, thank you. And then he walks back, and then he's like, oh, you can play whatever song you want. And I was kind of like, no, it's your car. And I kind of felt like uncomfortable, because I was just like legit sitting like this, like type of thing. And then he was like, no, you could choose a song. And then he's like, so what are we gonna do? And I was like, fuck, I forgot that I had to choose what we had to do. And I was like, I actually did not think about what we had to do. Are we done? I'm not there. They're I'm sorry, I live in an apartment, so y'all gonna hear a lot of noises and sounds like that. Let me close the window. Give me a sec. He's like, what's near here? And I was like, oh, there's Castle Park. You want to go there? It's like a little arcade, and like it's like a mini golfing type place. And we went there, and you know, we got there, and he paid for me, and I kind of felt like really weird for him paying for me because I don't like people paying for me. And so I kind of felt bad. He's like, don't feel bad. Like, I got you, whatever. So obviously, when we got there, we chose our course. And it was funny though, because we actually had a great time. You know, we started like having conversation. We started going deep. You know, he started telling me about his past relationship and what happened, that he was with this girl for a long time, but he was like not really happy with her, and it was always constantly fighting. My bag was bothering him because like my bag kept falling off, like it kept like sliding when like I was like trying to hit. And you know, we were just goofing around, and he was all like, okay, if you make this in like one shot, he's like, I'll stop bothering you about asking if I could hold your bag for you. And I was like, okay, you guys, I fucking, and I made that in one shot. That was just luck, okay? Like, that was just fucking luck that I got it in. And it was funny because like when I got that, like he fucking started fucking bowing for me. He's like, queen, and I was just like, thank you. Like, I started laughing, and then we started making it a competition and stuff. And then he was like interviewing me. He's like, so Edith, how do you feel? I was like, well, I kind of feel like I'm really good at this game, and like I'm gonna beat you. And like it was really fun. Like I really enjoyed that date. And so you know, me and Dave, you know, went through the course or whatever because they were gonna start closing. So we kind of just like went through like the course, like, you know, we just stopped playing. And then he like asked me like, oh hey, are you hungry? And I was kind of like, no, I'm not hungry. And then he's like, oh, so what else do you want to do? And I was like, I don't know. He's like, do you want to go to a view? And then I was kind of like, yeah, I'm down to go to a view. And then so he called his friend because he's like, there's this view that I want to take you. And he's like, I actually just been with my friends, but like he's like, I really think it will be nice and whatever. So I was like, okay. Like he's like, but I don't have to call my friend. So let's call this friend. Let's call this friend Nick. So he calls Nick up, and he's like, hey Nick, like I'm with my date, like Nick meet Edith, Edith meet Nick. And I was like, hi, nice to meet you. He's like, hi. And then he's like, oh bro, like I want to go to like the view that like you told me about, blah blah, like next to the church. And I was like, there's a church? And then he's like, yeah, whatever. And he gave him the location and like whatever. So Nick, bye Nick. And so then we went up there, and I'm telling you guys, it was freaking freezing. I was just wearing a cardigan, and like we were just up there and we were just admiring like, you know, the city at night. And then we were just talking and stuff. And then I kind of told him like, it's cold, and he's like, you want to go? He's like, you look like you're freezing. And I was like, yeah. And then he gave me his like jean jacket that he had on, and we left. And then we kind of didn't want the night to be over type of thing, so we parked somewhere, and you know, we just started talking, and like we got personal, and like he was just telling me things that he was going through, and like I had to tell him what things that I was going through. He started laughing, and then I was just like, why are you laughing? And then he was like, oh, he's like, so he's like, I'm just putting it out there, like this is like my first Tinder date. And I was like, okay. And he's like, well, I expected things to go different than what they did. He's like, I'm not like, he's like, obviously I loved like how this went. He's like, I didn't expect it to go like this. He's like, this was actually like a really great date, like, and especially that it was my first one. And I was like, that's good, like I gave you a good freaking first Tinder date. And he's all like, yeah, but he's like, you know how I told you I was at the gas station? I was like, yeah. He's like, I bought condoms. And I was like, oh hell no! I looked at him like, why? I'd rather be safe than sorry. And I started laughing. He's like, but I knew right away when I met you, like, that wasn't gonna happen. And I was like, yeah, like, I was like, I hope I never gave you that vibe. He's like, no. He's like, I was just like, just making sure. And I was just like, okay. But after that, you know, he dropped me off home. Actually, no, we were gonna go get something. We were gonna go get ice cream. but they were close. He ended up dropping me back home. And then that was technically my first Tinder date. Not first, but that was my freaking experience on a Tinder date. Obviously, you guys have to keep in mind that not every freaking date that you go on is going to be the greatest. But if you guys want more story times about my experiences or things that have happened to me, please like, share, and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Many stories coming soon. Stay tuned. Okay, bye y'all. Peace. Now I have to freaking like edit this shit.